Und damit willkommen zurück zu Baphomets Fluch 1 auf der PlayStation 1 in der englischen Version. Und wir gehen jetzt einfach nochmal hier lang und hoffen, dass wir nicht diesmal abgehalten. Wobei, ich könnte nochmal mit Moe reden. Vielleicht hat der nochmal irgendwas zu sagen. Und dann gehen wir weiter.
Excuse me, Sergeant.
You are the inspector. Go on, monsieur.
Nee, ich will noch ein bisschen reden.
I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
Does that worry you?
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
No, he just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
Wenn man sagen kann, ich finde es ein bisschen seltsam, wie George sich verhält. Ich meine, das ist ein Videospiel, klar, aber irgendwie. Würdet ihr das so machen? Würdet ihr so handeln, wie er handelt?
I know the identity of the dead guy. His name was Plantow.
Is that so? You knew him, did you?
No, but
We'll know everything there is to know about him soon enough.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
The best way you can help us is to go home, monsieur.
Also, was ich wirklich machen würde, ist wirklich nach Hause gehen und weinen. Viel, viel weinen, weil es halt einfach so viel Stress. Ich wäre fast nur durch eine Explosion gestorben.
I
Hallo?
really did see the clown. He ran into the alley across the street.
Did you follow him?
I lost him. I figure he went underground.
Do you know how many kilometers of sewers there are beneath this great city?
It's not a question I've lost sleep over.
I have no doubt that Inspector Rousseau will organize a proper search.
Ich finde die Synchronisation sehr schön, muss ich tatsächlich sagen. Es ist irgendwie, fühlt sich schön an, dem zuzuhören.
Did you find the victim's briefcase yet?
No, sir. The inspector gave me specific instructions to guard this door. Until he countermands these orders or backup arrives, here I stay.
How did you and Rosso arrive at the scene of the explosion so quickly? You arrived within minutes. Was it a tip-off?
Inspector Rousseau's sources are a perpetual mystery to me, monsieur. There are some who say he has made a pact with the devil.
And what do you think?
I think he is the devil.
What is Rosso doing with that girl?
He is giving her the once-over, as you Americans say.
Huh?
Once he gets his teeth into a case, nothing will shake him off.
Was he serious about all that psycho-detective stuff?
Of course, Inspector Rousseau is a pioneer and a visionary. His revolutionary methods, once perfected, may change the face of law enforcement forever.
I can't see it taking off in L.A.
Ich bin noch da, keine Sorge. Ich habe gerade nur nach der deutschen Hülle gesucht, aber ich habe sie gerade nicht gefunden. Naja,
See you later, Sergeant.
gucke ich später nochmal nach in Ruhe und dann, ja, kümmern wir uns später drum. Komm, hau ab, wir wollen weitergehen. Ist die Musik ein bisschen zu leise? Weil ich keine Ahnung, es ist gerade keine Musik da, also kann ich das nicht beurteilen. Aber jetzt ein bisschen Sound. Ja, ich glaube, ist okay. Von Lautstärke her.
Hi, can you spare a few minutes?
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, gah, I thought that was it. Those automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess. Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Yeah, with makeup and a big red nose.
Huh! Those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by? Some of us have to work for a living.
Look, I know you're busy, but surely you'd have noticed a clown.
I told you already. I didn't see a thing.
He was wearing multicolored baggy trousers and makeup.
He'd be a poor sort of clown if he didn't.
Er ist ja die Gasse verschwunden, also ist er ja hier nicht vorbeigekommen, von daher.
Listen, I have to find that clown. He's a killer.
Say, who are you anyhow? A cop?
No, of course not. I mean, do I look like a cop?
I guess not. How do you know this guy's a killer? Did you see him in action?
Didn't you hear the explosion? The cafe was blown up.
I wondered what that bang was. Any bodies?
Yeah, an old man was killed.
Merde. I didn't think it was that serious. What about the waitress?
Oh, she's fine.
Thank the saints.
Did you see an old guy with a briefcase?
Wait, silly old coot. Do you know what he said to me? Work fascinates me, he says. I could watch it all day. Quel beat. I could have knocked his block off.
Did you recognize the old man?
No. Should I have done? Was he a celebrity?
No, but I guess he is now. His name was Plantar.
Was he the one who died in the cafe?
Yeah.
That's too bad. Now I wish I hadn't called him what I did. If only I could turn back the clock. If only I'd been more tolerant.
Regret and remorse are strange emotions. They really bring out the hammiest actors in people.
Ja, Leute, seid immer nett zu Leuten. Und ja, was ist ja so ein Point-and-Click-Adventure, heißt, man muss auch Rätsel lösen. Und eine Sache ist, ich kann es schon mal verraten, wir wollen den Jungen an seinen Werkzeugkasten ran, aber er lässt uns nicht. Aber er hat uns irgendwie schon mitgeteilt, dass er an Pferde interessiert ist. Und da ist etwas Interessantes in der Zeitung, glaube ich, wenn ich mich nicht irre. Zeigen wir noch einfach mal die Zeitung.
Would you like to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Bah! Look at this. Damn bleeding heart liberals. Tja! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say. All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this? Saladin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend. Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is. Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hole. I'm off to put some money on that nag.
Ja, viel Glück auf jeden Fall, viel Erfolg. Und ja, Glücksspiel ist nicht gut. Tut kein Glücksspiel, Leon, okay? Kein Glücksspiel. Man kann Leute anrufen. Na komm, Nicole brauchen wir jetzt noch nicht anrufen. Das ist nämlich sein Telefon und nicht sein... Apropos Telefon, ich kann mir kurz die Karte angucken.
The card read, Augustin Rosso, and gave an address to the south of the Montparnasse Cemetery.
Ja, das hier wollte ich nämlich.
There was nothing inside the tent except...
Ja, dann geh ran.
I'd found just what I wanted. A tool for lifting manhole covers.
Manhole.
It was a metal rod with a handle at one end and a short crosspiece at the other.
Manhole, Manhole. Ist ein Manhole dieses Werkzeug irgendwie oder ist es ein Gullideckel? In meinem Fachkreis ist ein Manhole ja auch ein Anus, aber Manhole, ich glaube, ist das Werkzeug. So, mit L1 kannst du übrigens, mit R1 auch, mit L1 kannst du diese Maus schneller bewegen, ist ganz praktisch. Aber zweimal drücken teleportiert mich leider nicht direkt in den nächsten Raum, das funktioniert erst im Nachfolger. Aber immerhin, hey, wir haben ja, wie gesagt, das Spiel glaube ich von 1996. Ja, sieht man, würde ich behaupten. Schöner Alone in the Dark. Okay, dann nehmen wir doch einfach mal den Spaten, oder den Gully-Schlüssel, Kanaldeckelschlüssel.
Lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
Na dann, geh doch mal runter, du Freizeitdetektiv. Würde die das machen? Ich wär halt einfach nur froh, dass ich diesen Anschlag überlebt hätte. Das wäre eigentlich alles andere, wäre mir egal, muss ich zugeben. Aber gut.
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Na 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 na. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Und diese ganzen Ladezeiten. Aber hey, schneller als Perch 4. Also, beschwer ich mich nicht. Hier liegt noch mehr rum.
I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
Was ist das? Was haben wir da? Also, das ist irgendwie. Ah, das ist ein Taschentuch, okay. Was ich gerade mal anmerken möchte, ist ziemlich schön hier gebaut, oder? Ist das wirklich so schön in Paris, in die Kanalisation? Ich weiß auch nicht, wie hier in Berlin die Kanalisation aussieht, von daher. Keine Ahnung, aber was ist das hier?
I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
Ja, der Clown hat sich anscheinend ausgezogen auf dem Weg und ist dann hier wieder hochgeklettert, Fragezeichen. Klettern wir einfach mal hoch und gucken, wo wir dann rauskommen. Vielleicht kommen wir jetzt direkt in die Wohnung des Killers. Vielleicht. Wahrscheinlich nicht, aber vielleicht.
Hi there.
Hold it right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd come back, and now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there, immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
Was gibt's denn hier zur Auswahl? Telefon? Was ist das hier?
Terrorists. The meanest, nastiest, dirtiest bunch of guys you ever saw.
Englishmen without a doubt. The filthy dogs. The day they opened that tunnel was a bad day for France, I tell you. If I still had the full use of my faculties, I'd march right over there and tell them so.
Well, whoever they are, they blew up the cafe.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu, that is awful.
The guy who did it was a calculating, cold-blooded killer. He was disguised as a clown. I followed him into the sewer, and I think he came this way.
Mon Dieu. Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
That still does not explain what you are doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
Ja, das ist irgendwie. Ich habe die Vermutung, wir sollten uns einfach mal ausweisen als.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you, and I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Let's start over from the beginning and tell it just like it was.
So, jetzt ist er auch ehrlich zu uns. Also, reden wir einfach mal mit ihm.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an arm lock, his face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron, but he did not know what he was up against. Oh no, he made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture. Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
So you don't want to hear about my experiences in the desert? I fought to make this country what it is today.
Meine Güte.
I'm sure you did, but I'm a little short of time. Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, he was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know, but the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
Ich zeige doch einfach nochmal hier das hier.
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
That is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Oh, hat's sogar gelohnt.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. A pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romani seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind. What was the name on the label?
It was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
Ich denke mal, das ist alles.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon. I'll let you out. I hope you find your man, Inspector.
So do I.
Ja, hoffen wir alle. Dann wird es wohl Zeit für ein Telefonat, denn wir sind hier. Hier war das Telefon, dann... Wir haben jetzt einige Nummern, also zumindest Nicole können wir mal anrufen, den Schneider können wir anrufen und können wir vielleicht auch den Polizisten anrufen? Ne, können wir nicht, aber rufen wir doch einfach mal hier ein bisschen an. Die Ladezeiten gehen auch recht flott, von daher.
Hello? Who is this?
Hi, my name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Ah, thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
Der hat ein bisschen Angst, der Typ.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think?
I don't know Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
Hat er recht.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you're saying that to make me think you don't know what I mean, but... Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Did you know that one of your customers was a part-time clown?
If a guy feels happy with a funny nose and custard down his pants, what's the problem?
Ja. War jetzt nicht sehr aufschlussreich.
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
Komm, wir konnten noch ein weiteres Telefonat führen. Mit Nico. Oh, okay, heißt auch
There was
Nicole.
nothing
Aber
inside the tent except a
ich
large...
weiß, aber wir werden sie später Nico nennen. Also ich nenne sie jetzt schon Nico. Nicht, dass ihr euch da irgendwie wundert, aber ich denke mal, das ist okay. Ruft die Nummer mal in echt und sagt, wie man rangeht.
Bonjour, Kula.
Oh, hi. It's George Stobart, the American at the cafe.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come right over.
Das ist jetzt ein bisschen vorurteilsbehaftet, wenn ich sage, dass ihre englische Stimme ein bisschen nuttig klingt. Das ist gerade irgendwie nur das Erste, was mir in den Kopf gekommen ist. Ich weiß, Vorurteile und so nicht gut, aber irgendwie... Ich finde die deutsche Stimme besser an der Stelle. George, die englische Stimme finde ich super, aber Nikos, da finde ich die deutsche besser. Tatsächlich. Guck mal, hier sind wir fertig in diesem Ort, dann gehen wir doch einfach mal weiter. Was haben wir denn hier? Rougerie. Ich denke mal, im Anbetracht der Folgenlänge gehen wir jetzt etwas zur Police-Station. Ich glaube, da ist nicht so viel und dann ist, glaube ich, so die Zeit auch um. Von daher, ja, machen wir das so. Und da ist Moe. Aber wir, glaube ich, im Englischen Mu sagen.
Excuse me. Not so fast. I'd like your personal details, please. Huh?
Ah, nee,
What
das
for?
ist nicht Mu.
In the event of an accident. It would help us to know where to send the body.
Look, is this really necessary? I came in here to talk to Rosso.
Ah, why did you not say?
Das ist Moe.
Have you had any reports concerning a suspicious clown?
Why, yes. There was a fracas only this morning. 3 arrests for public disorder.
And you say there was a clown involved?
A clown and a particularly offensive piece of sculpture with balloons. Are you in any way involved with the reprobate, monsieur?
No, not me. May I see Inspector Rosso?
He's not here.
But
Do you wish to leave a message for him? I have a choice of blue or black pen. I'd recommend the blue for a less formal communication.
I'd prefer to talk to him in person.
As you wish, monsieur.
Do you know anything about Rosso's psychic techniques?
I cannot comment on my superior's methods. All I will say is that Inspector Rosso has an impressive record.
He's a good detective?
One of the best. He's a man of honor with a fine sense of duty.
You wouldn't say he was a screwball?
Not to his face, monsieur.
Is Sergeant Moo available?
What? You want to speak to him?
Das glaube ich
Yes,
nur.
please.
I cannot recall the last time someone asked to speak to Moo. No one ever speaks to him. Not even his kids.
Oh.
Ah bien. He is not here, monsieur. He is with Inspector Rosso. Like Laurel and Keaton. No, monsieur?
Hardy. Oliver Norville Hardy.
Ja, woraus ich noch nichts darüber zeigen, ist okay.
Thanks for your help, officer.
Niemand hier? Gibt's da noch irgendwas mitnehmen? Kannst du hier kann dieses Buch hier mitnehmen, kannst du irgendwas greifen? Da hinten kann telefonieren, ist jetzt nicht so spannend. Ja, dann gehen wir wieder. Ziemlich leere Polizeistation auf jeden Fall, aber gut. Dann gehen wir doch nochmal zu der Rue Jarry, darüber man das ausspricht. Ist auch direkt um die Ecke, wie ich sehe. Dann können wir hier noch mit dieser guten Dame reden. Auch ein sehr ikonischer Charakter. Moe übrigens auch.
Hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good, and it only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to. Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me.
Ziemlich passend, aber.
What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity.
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat. Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me, in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fixed it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. You're a young lady. She deserves better.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now, don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know?
10 francs, please, my dear.
10 francs? That's a ripoff.
Please yourself.
how does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Interessanter Vergleich auf jeden Fall.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
So, mehr kann ich brauche jetzt nicht sagen.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Ist hier noch irgendwas? Kann sie Blumen klauen?
I inhaled deeply, expecting to experience the scent of the flowers. What I got was traffic fumes.
Naja, gut. Dann war es jetzt auch für die erste Folge und für die zweite Folge und für meine erste Aufnahmesession. Ich kann einfach schon mal parallel speichern, während ich die Abmoderation mache. Auf jeden Fall vielen Dank fürs Dabeisein, ja. Könnt einfach mal in die Kommentare schreiben, wie ihr das Spiel findet, aber auch so, wie ihr das gerade als Let's Play findet, wie ihr meinen Umgang in den Kommentarstil hier an der Stelle findet. Weil ich persönlich finde es angenehm, weniger reden zu müssen, weil halt die Charaktere reden und es ist halt auch, keine Ahnung, mir macht das halt auch Spaß, dem zuzuhören und halt auch dem Englischen zu laufen. Das ist irgendwie sehr angenehm. Bis auf Nicoles Stimme, das ist ein anderes Thema, aber so prinzipiell macht mir dieses Lauschen der Stimmen sehr viel Freude. Und ja, tut irgendwie gut. Ich freue mich darauf, das weiter aufzunehmen, vielleicht schon morgen früh. Und ja, das uploadmäßig, ja, mal gucken, wie häufig ich das hochlade. Prinzipiell erstmal wieder montags bis samstags. Aber mal gucken, wie ich mich dann umentscheide. Auf jeden Fall, vielen Dank und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.